recently opened up.
I can get that storm down, man.
It was on screen. She was about 12 years old acting.
Hola world, it is Monday and time for the weekend recap. But first, I want to start off with a little tip on traveling for free. Now, as I prepare for departure, I'm doing this myself. In fact, just a few days ago, I applied for a credit card with bonus miles. You can find these cards online, and I'll try and show you the website I used, but you can find them all over the web with a Google search. And it'll show you, most likely you can get to a page where it'll have many cards listed and you just kind of pick which ones you want to apply for. The caveats to using these cards is that you have to spend a certain amount of money in the first couple of months of use. Now, most of them have annual fees, but they're waived for the first year. So I normally get the card, use the card for 6-8 months, and then cancel the card and take home all the bonus miles. Well, I don't take them home. I take them across the sea, which typically 30 to 75,000 miles is what you can expect from these cards, and that's one way just about anywhere, which is awesome, especially if you get several of the cards, which is what I've done. Presently I have about 120,000 miles between American and United, and my new card through American Express gives me 30,000 miles towards Delta if I spend $1,000 in the first 3 months. Now, I have camera equipment that I have to buy for this trip and yoga teacher training. So those two things alone should get me 2 different credit cards with $1,000 limit. So that's hopefully, if I can get one more credit card, 60,000 miles to go towards my trip, which is awesome. So check that out. And now I'll get into what we did this weekend, which first off was floating on Saturday. I went down to Hot Springs, and even though it's kind of getting into summertime now and a lot of the rivers, the water is low, at Rimmel Dam, the dam lets out and floods the river. And so you get a swift current where you don't drag, and then towards the end of the trip, there's actually what they call the ledge, which is a place where you get some cool rapid features, standing wave and things like that. And this time around, I went with some friends in a canoe club, and Kate, one of the people in the club, let me borrow her boat. But night and day to the boat I use. I mean, I just have the most simple, basic kayak, and this one actually connects you to the boat itself.
I'm kneeing with my hips,
which was a huge difference. Kate even gave me some instructions on how to roll.
I do a sea-to-sea roll, which is very different than most modern whitewater boaters.
I didn't actually get a roll first time out, but I can, with a little more practice, I believe I'll get there, no problem. And so the trick is finding someone else with a boat that I can borrow to get my practice in. And then Sunday, we went to the lake and got our surfing in. A little bit, mainly just kind of boated around. We went to Hamilton, which is a little closer, and on Hamilton you can go all the way up to where the dam of Ouachita is, and so the water coming out of that dam is really cold. You want to shove her in one more time?
Act like you don't know it's coming.
And then I surfed out of there. It's kind of a more narrow channel, so you get a little bit better water. But it is cold. I don't mind so much. I actually like the cold. I didn't get any footage this time around of me surfing, just mainly because I was more focused on actually surfing than having someone film it, so I never even asked. I did film some surfing, but it was the other people on the boat surfing, Casey most specifically. And she did pretty well. It was her first time surfing, and she popped right up. She didn't get around to like surfing without the rope and throwing the rope in, so she used the rope. but I think she could have gotten it had she had a little bit more time. A storm came in and pretty much drove us off the lake. But before we did that, we stopped and went to a sandbar, and I just kind of paddled off on the board, took the board out, and went paddling around, and wound up playing yoga on the board, and went down this little canal, and I found these geese. And as I pushed up to the geese, I realized that they were swimming through this little narrow channel in the island to where they could escape and go out towards the other side. So I could tell that there was like a little opening between the islands where the geese were using kind of as an escape route. And so I kind of paddled in, and it got shallow. And as they all just moved through, it was such an awesome scene to come out on the other side, for them to come out on the other side, and the sun and the silhouettes, and I'd wished that I had my camera. So I paddled back over, I got my camera, I put it in a dry bag, and paddled back over to kind of document those things. And I liked that little spot. It was real comfortable and just communing with nature. And so I played there, hung out there for a little while, and even wound up doing some yoga facing out onto the broader side of the lake. And while doing it, I decided to film it, and I messed up a couple of times. And in my mind, I was like, oh, I can just edit that. But I don't think I'm gonna edit it. I'm gonna include it. I think that's important for me to show progress. For me to, if I'm gonna be vlogging this, I should include all aspects of it. And sometimes there's difficulty there, and I had a hard time. But that's part of what I enjoy about yoga, is dealing with those things, strengthening myself. And so I had a great weekend. It was full of a lot of things that I will take with me on my trip. But now I need to get back to mainly ordering some camera equipment and looking into yoga teacher training and things of that nature, getting ready to move forward. And with that being said, I'll see you next time, tomorrow, for the Treehouse Jam on Taco Tuesday. Bye!
Oh yeah, you were stealing. I was like, oh, and then the sheriff came out of that cove. I'm like, oh, they're for sure going to jail.
Hey, peace out, man. John Lennon.
Yes, sir.
John Lennon forever.